So let's go back to the Woodford tool. And what we'll do now, we'll add a new entity into our mobile application. So I'll scroll down, I'll skip all these other options that we could spend probably another afternoon playing with and setting up, but I'll go to the entities now. So for the purposes of my demo, I'll pick up just a random system entity called competitor. Resco supports the custom entities, just like the system entities. The process is very same. So I'll click on the competitor, and now I have this new view here that relates to the actual competitor entity. First things first, I need to enable it. What that means, I just added the competitor entity to the mobile project, and when I hit the save button, you can see it shows in full black color now. It's not that grayed out version. That means it's now part of my mobile project. All good. There's a lot of things that Woodford tool allows you to set up individually per every entity. It can be from things like adding extra layer of permissions. And by extra layer, I mean in default, we're grabbing the permissions as defined as part of the security role, of course. But if you want to make it tighter, there's an option to do it at the entity level right here as part of the permissions. You can also set up the mode. So if you're talking, let's say, some very sensitive data that you don't want to store locally on a mobile device and enable them for offline purposes, you can choose the mode to online only, and that means I only gonna see those records when I have good connectivity and I'm connected to my backend system in real time. If I want to store them locally, I can choose online and offline. There's some other functionality here, so you can play with synchronization, standard, always full synchronization, or you can employ the incremental mode with synchronization filter, and then also some options for resolving conflicts. Really, we put a lot of thought into this, and it's based on a lot of feedback from hundreds and hundreds of projects that we were involved in. So we believe we have the answer for any of your scenario when it comes to synchronization conflicts. Okay. Let's now create a mobile view and mobile form for this newly added entity. Before we get to the designing part, let me add some of the fields that I'm gonna use in my mobile app. So when creating the views and forms, I definitely wanna work with some of the fields that are related to the location of the competitor. So let's say city, country, street, maybe zip code. What else do we have here? I think that looks good. Maybe I add created by as an example as well, and street too, and save this change.